Hey, good evening, my friends. How are you? Welcome to another edition of Wednesday Night Live. My name is Mike Avery, and it is Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, and you know what that means. It's time once again for another edition of Wednesday Night Live. You can tell I'm not in my studio at the house tonight. Where am I? Well, if you've been a listener or a viewer, you know where I am because I've been talking about this for a few weeks now. Good evening, John. How are you? Nice to have you along with us. Now, listen, tonight, I will. Oh, Kevin, you need to watch this Wednesday Night Live closely. As a hardcore predator hunter, we have something here that I think you may be very interested. Craig Plowman, I got to be honest, buddy. When I think of these guns, you are the guy, Craig Plowman. I think that there is a gun here in Lansing with your name on it. Where am I? I'm at the Brenton, USA hunting rifle plant in Lansing. Good evening, Lori. How are you? Kevin says you're at Brenton. Yes, I am at Brenton. Yeah, I sure am. I am here for a Wednesday night live as we are going to take a tour of the Brenton, USA hunting rifle factory. Now, I'm going to turn my camera around here a little bit, but just let me, it's over my shoulder. You can see what this plant looks, and the American flag, right? You gotta love that. You have got to love that. That's the first thing I saw when I walked in here, that American flag. These guns are Michigan made. This is a Michigan made company, a Michigan based company. You know, I love that. So, throughout the course of the show tonight, we are going to walk around and show you what it is that I'm talking about. But first, let's meet some of these people. And forgive me, when I do this remotely, it takes a little bit longer to get the camera turned around. But I'm going to do it right now. Two guys we're going to meet. Oh, I should turn this around. I should have done that differently. Let's see if we can make a quick change here. And all right. I apologize, but I'm going to see that arm right there. Let me change something real quickly here, folks. We'll keep the stream going. It's a minor glitch, a minor detail, and we will get it back on track here. Sometimes these things happen when you're doing live shows. And I know you can hear me, folks, because we're still doing the show. That's what I want right there. Minor glitch. And bingo. Okay. Back with you again. Sorry about that.
That's how you know it's live.
It is live. That's how you know it's live. Exactly. Okay. Two guys that we are going to back to here. There we are. We're back with you. Oh, Kevin says, Mike, what day is it? Hump Day! Here's one of our guys we're going to talk with, Mike King, tonight. We're going to talk with him in a minute. But first of all, the man behind the company. This is Bart Brenton. Brenton USA Hunting Rifles are named after you, Bart. Tell me how this company started.
It came from a frustration back in 2014. They changed the hunting rules here in Michigan to where we could hunt with the straight wall cartridges. And we just went out and got after it. And we were frustrated with the performance of what was available at the time. Back then, there was only two rifles really available in the straight wall. And neither one of them performed the way we expected a hunting rifle to perform. So in 2015, having the engineering background, understanding what the problems were, the things we didn't like, we started manufacturing upper receivers. And back in the day, it was Bart's Manufacturing, actually. And that went really well. We got a lot of feedback from people. We were strongly encouraged to go forward and make the lower receiver to pair with it. So by early 16, we were up and running, had a full rifle. And
let's take a tour. Let's take a tour. All right.
Absolutely.
We are at Brenton USA Hunting Rifles shop in Lansing, just outside of Lansing. This is Bart Brenton, the guy who started the company. And what do we got going here, Bart?
Well, this is the trigger station. So everything comes in, all these little tiny pieces. They're all going to get inspected. Tanner's going to hand build everyone here. If you've got a Brenton rifle, Tanner built your trigger. Everyone.
All right, let's move on.
Over here, well, let's take it. So this is the wizardry table. This is
known as the wizard's bench right here.
Tinkerland, where I get to throw stuff and think about stuff, and nobody touches that.
All right.
Over here, let's go over here real quick. So this is the magazine assembly area. We have, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 12 unique magazines. They're each tuned specifically for the cartridge they're designed to feed. And they are appropriately tagged on the bottom, what they are.
Before we get too far, I'm going to take a quick walk here, just so people know what it is we're talking about. We're talking about these. These are the Brenton USA hunting rifles. They are AR-style rifles, but they are highly accurate, minute of angle accuracy in an AR style. So that's what we're going to work our way up to. We're going to go back and talk to Bart and take a little walk around here. My name is Mike Avery. This is Wednesday Night Live. We're walking through the Brenton USA plant in Lansing, Michigan. Now we're walking into the offices.
So this is the mechanical design division. This is Clay.
Hey, Clay.
Clay takes the craziness in my head and he makes sense of it. He does all of our 3D modeling. He'll turn things into PDF prints for vendors.
Oh, you're not supposed to show us that right there. That's a trade secret, man.
Well, this one is. But we covered that one. We covered that one.
All right.
So this is just the post build area. We'll get to John in a minute, but orders come in and we'll build them. We'll build them in 10s generally.
Johnny Buller says he needs to get me one of these. Johnny, I'm going to come up and hunt that bear with one of these. You'll be able to see it firsthand.
So inventory, you see all the different colors that we offer, all the different options. Here's the workstations. So the middle station can feed the 2 outer stations. Both of these stations here, we can build a lower receiver right here. The station over here, that's for the upper receiver.
Who is this?
This is
John. Hey, John.
Hi, how you doing?
Thanks for helping us out tonight. Appreciate it.
And so, this is the lower or the upper receiver that'll get paired with that lower. And you see barrel inventory. This is what lets us be nimble. All this barrel inventory, all these different chambers. We've got 11 different chambers that we offer, 2 different barrel lengths. 5 different colors.
Brad says, what calibers do you offer?
Goodness. 204 Ruger, 223 with the Wildy throat chamber in it, the 22 Nosler, the 224 Valkyrie, the 6mm Arc, the 6.5 Grendel, the 6.8 SPC, the 300 Blackout, the 300 Hammer, the 350 Legend, the 450 Bushmaster, and then for the hand loader, for the guy who knows no bounds, we've got our own Wildcat cartridge. It's a 257 based on the Grendel family, and you'd have to call me special for that.
Well, let's keep walking. Brian says, can I buy one being from Canada? Nope. You can thank Trudeau for that one. Brad, who said that? Doug Ward said he loves the snow camo. I do too. All right, we're walking back into the manufacturing part of the Brenton USA plant here now. What's next?
So, little known fact, we weld them in such large batches that we can kind of box them. But this is our magazine welder. One of the things that we discovered in 2014 was actually the magazine was a big part of the issue. So, that's why we make our own magazines as well. That rifle is only as good as the magazine that feeds it.
All right, listen, we're going to come back to you. I'm going to set the scene back again here to let people know where we are as I turn the camera back to the front. There we go. Okay. All right. So if you're just joining us now, this is Wednesday Night Live. My name is Mike Avery. We're here in Lansing at the Brenton USA hunting rifle plant. Now, I say Brenton USA, or the website, BrentonUSA.com, BrentonUSA.com. When I say Brenton USA, I always try to say Brenton USA hunting rifle, because that's the difference. We're going to talk about that more in a minute. If you have questions for the folks here at Brenton, please make sure to post them. John Cedar is standing by. He will answer your questions if I can't. Johnny says the 204 is the one that he wants. Chris Hahn says, good evening, Mike. Chris checking in from Colorado. Stacy says loves the orange. Well, we're going to take a look at all the. Wow, geez, don't do that to me again. There we go. What's the average cost of the 204? We're going to get to that in a minute. If my camera doesn't decide to screw me up again here like it wants to, we'll talk about that in a minute. Good evening, Ted. Nice to have you along with us. There we go. I'm back with you again. I think. All right. It's acting wonky, but I think we can make it work. All right. Let me turn this around again because there's another guy I want you to meet here now. Settings, camera, back camera. And why are you doing this to me? Why are you making my life so difficult tonight? But we'll work with it.
Because of me.
No, it's not you. It's not you. It's me. There we go. Mike King. Big Mike, thanks for inviting us down, Mike. Appreciate it.
Welcome.
Tell me a little bit about why I shouldn't throw this thing out the door is what I want you to tell me, right?
Right.
So tell me a little bit about the company, your end on this, and what the goal is now with letting people know what you guys are all about.
Yeah, so I got involved with Bart kind of late 2019, and I'm the sole owner. So, the way it ended up, certainly saw an opportunity here to invest and saw opportunities to actually take the good work that Bart and this business has done and advance it. So how we market, how we bring a product to market that's not a combat weapon, and frankly is a weapon that's built by hunters for hunters.
Let's put the guns in the back of your say. Not a combat weapon, Mike. What do you mean by that?
Well, if you were to look at your typical AR-15 or home defense.
Leave that sound bitch right there.
Okay.
That's where it's going to stay. Okay. Sorry.
All right.
We're back at you.
All right. So what this is not is a combat weapon. It's not a home defense weapon. This isn't an AR-15. This isn't a weapon of war. This is a hunting rifle. It's a high precision manufactured weapon. You mentioned the subminute angle, so the accuracy part's there, but there's a whole lot more here that you don't see. There's no forward assist on these guns. The weight of these weapons, the feel of these weapons is really around when you pick up your granddad's bolt action or a lever action. It tries to bring all the good things in every platform that you grew up with and gives you the modern ability to keep your scope on target, have multiple follow-up shots, and never sacrifice anything you get with another platform.
Pick it up and show them to us. Show one to us.
So here, so somebody on there said they like the white rifle. So what you have here, this is we have two versions, two varieties. We have a fixed stock, and this is our adjustable stock version. Everything locks. So if you have a youth hunter or someone that has a shorter trigger pull, we highly recommend that adjustable. But if you don't like the adjustable, we also have a fixed stock. Again, Bart mentioned the different chambers, 11 active chambers, and then a Wildcat chamber he mentioned. If you were to feel this gun, which everybody who picks these guns up wants them, but that marble coat we have, the real feel marble coat, these are light guns too. Mike, you've picked them up.
Yeah.
I mean, they're light. And really, when it comes to a real feel rubberized grip, the ability to get on the target fast, you carry this gun with a sling, you're able to glass off your gun. And they're great backpack guns. If you're a hunter, you'll appreciate all the things I've said here. And the best thing is you're set up on an animal, you're set up on a hunt. That follow-up shot, you're not racking a bolt. You're not pumping the gun. You're keeping that scope on the animal and your follow-up shots there. And another one if you need it. And another one and another one.
Paul Jenkins wants to know about dealers. Are there any dealers? Are you buying them online at this point?
So one of the things, we're in an intersection of how we're bringing these things to market. We've sold through distribution. Now we've hired a sales staff, John Cedar, who you've seen on the show. He's building a sales team. So right now we're going directly to the dealers in Michigan. And there's several listing dealers in the area. I encourage you to check our website out if you're interested in one immediately. But you're going to see our rifles, all over the place. We've got several dealers across the state.
Website is BrentonUSA.com, BrentonUSA.com. Why the different colors? I mean, people look at the colors and they go, man, that really gets their attention, doesn't it?
Yeah, so we try to make our colors functional. We've got your snow camo, which is a pretty obvious one, being a Michigander, especially for the Predator guys. But what you see here is 4 of our 6 colors. The blue that you see in this is actually something we're developing for our law enforcement or Leo rifles. But the autumn color, the foliage green, the harvest brown, these are all functional hunting colors. And it fills a void when we canvass our customers. This is what they want. And the other thing about this platform, I got to say, Mike, the modularity, right? The plug and play. You sight in your 450 Bushmaster and you're deer hunting. You want to go out prairie dog hunting? You pull these 2 pins, put your next upper on, your 22 Nosler upper, and you're hunting prairie dogs. You don't have to resight the gun in. It's ready to rock and roll.
Is there a challenge in getting people to accept ARs as hunting rifles, or has that battle already been won?
We're in the middle of that battle, I would say. It has not been won. It's a space where you see a lot of combat weaponry companies going to market, and they try to take a combat weapon and say, we also can be hunted with, or we have a caliber or 2 that we like to offer as a hunting caliber. Our approach is different. We love our combat weapons, so I don't want to, we have no issue there. But we're just in a different lane. We built these guns for hunters. This isn't something to go under, in a gun safe for home defense or, something that you're going to use like that. This is a purpose-built rifle that's really around filling that void of trying to take a combat weapon and turn it into a hunting rifle. No, this is a hunting rifle built by hunters for hunters.
People always ask me how much, because you get what you pay for. And in these rifles, you're getting a certain amount of quality and accuracy that you're going to have to pay for.
You are. Look, we compare. So if you look at a high-end crossbow today, Mike, you're an archer. I mean, what do you pay for a high-end crossbow? 22, 23, 2,400 bucks. We try to stay just below that, and the value that these guns bring, the fact that when you buy a lower and that you can put another upper on, that second, third, fourth cartridge that you want is half price. So, our base guns price between $2,100 and $2,400.
Excellent.
And the uppers, your second upper or your second chamber, is anywhere from $900 to $1,150. So you're able to get that portfolio of guns a lot cheaper than you would if you were to buy, 2 crossbows, 3 crossbows kind of thing.
All right, I'm going to come back to you in a minute, Mike. All right, I'm going to turn this back around and just remind people where I am. This is, of course, Wednesday Night Live. My name is Mike Avery. Brian actually said that's a great price. There you go. Johnny Bowler says, Mike, cancel my Ohio hunt. I'm buying a Brenton rifle instead. And then he says, just kidding. Anyway, my name is Mike Avery. I'm here at the Brenton USA hunting rifle plant in Lansing, Michigan. Now, Mike King mentioned price. Let's talk about this for a minute. Still having the discount, the Avery discount?
Yes, sir.
All right. If you go to the website, BrentonUSA.com, that's BrentonUSA.com, and you use the promo code Avery, you can get $100 off on any Brenton USA rifle. BrentonUSA.com, use the promo code Avery, you can get $100 off. Let me just show you something here. I do not pretend to be an expert on these guns yet, so I'm not going to blow smoke here, right? But I want you to see this. This is an absolute work of art. This is a cool looking gun. You guys have done, Bart, the entire team here, Mike, have done a tremendous job.
Thank you.
Why, stupid question, why should somebody pay a little more and buy one of your rifles over one of the other AR style rifles on the market?
To appreciate it, you've really got to shoot it. But if you are buying a weapon and you really value your hunting time, those are few and far between opportunities. You don't want a subpar piece of machinery in your hands. And these guns are built specifically to solve the challenges that people run into in the field. We live in Michigan. We live in the Midwest. Our hunters have frost. They have snow. They have rain. You know, these guns are built to withstand all that and still live up to all the promises we make when it comes to putting accurate shots on in-game animals. And that's why. I mean, you get what you pay for in just about everywhere. It's really true in this business. You'll see a lot of subpar $800 ARs out there. That's not this.
I turned my attention to John. John, I didn't tell you he was going to be on camera, but you could see that question. Just took a look at the website. It says, don't see the dealers on there. Is that...
Yeah, I don't believe we have dealers listed on there.
Being rebuilt.
It's
being rebuilt.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why
So
people
that's-
have seen it and now they don't. It's
All
in
right.
the process of being rebuilt right now.
Tell you what,
But you can
go to any dealer and ask for us. So
Yes.
that'll help.
We will
That'll
partner.
get things going.
We will partner.
You can also email me at sales@brentonusa.com as well. That's sales@brentonusa.com. With any recommendations for any dealers, we'll make contact and try to set something up.
Sounds good. Bart, I want to go back to you, the guy who started this whole thing. How much change, how much have these guns evolved since you came up with that first model?
Continuously, each hunting season, they get refined. So we build, we test, we redesign or not, and then we hunt again. You know, it goes round and round and round.
Pick up one of these guns. Pick up one of these guns. Show me some of these
Let me
differences.
show you. Right, we got to come over here to
All right.
come over here. So, I mean, while we're down here, we can come down here. So once the guns are built, every gun gets function tested right here in the janitor's closet with the magazine that it goes out the door with. When you unbox your gun, it's already been function tested. This is full of premium ammo. It's been function tested with premium. You asked a simple question. What has changed? So this is a Gen 1 for anybody who bought one day one, year one. It had this barrel profile on it. This is, look at it. Look at it. Look at the bore on that, dude. That's your 450. All right. 20-inch. We were just starting to diverge away from the black rifle community. So in the beginning, there's a little bit, but right away you see we took the forward assist off. You just don't use it. It's just not a hunting thing. We didn't thread them at first. All right. But you can see the barrel profile has evolved. This was a 20-inch, and you can see that's going to fall on the floor. You can see that it has evolved.
Hey, my camera tripod fell on the floor. You can drop something on the floor. It's all right.
You can see the barrel profile has changed a little bit. We got a lot of feedback, which has a lot to do with how we run this business. Feedback. Hunters give us feedback, but we needed threads because suppressor hunting, which we haven't talked about Brenton suppressors yet, they're right around the corner, but we had to put some threads on it. But
Hold on. Brenton, what?
Suppressors. You will see before fall, Brenton suppressors. There's going to be 2 available. I don't like to call them multi-cal because that's kind of a cheap way. But one can will service your 350 and your 450.
Oh, look what's here.
Very close to this is a prototype that nobody has seen.
Well, let's not put it on a Wednesday Night Live then, okay?
He gets to
It's
make
not-
the.
you don't see this.
Okay.
So
Don't go away,
very
Mike.
similar. The 350, 450 can, and then there will be one more can that does your 30 cals down to your 204.
You take one of your guns, put a suppressor on it, put a can on it. Holy cow, what a rig.
It is a rig.
Yeah.
I happen to have
Yes, it's a
that
rig.
rig.
And listen, let's go back. Walk me through, Mike.
Yes, sir.
This is Mike King, the owner of Brenton USA Hunting Rifles. Again, I want to get this concept of an AR being a highly effective hunting rifle. But I'll be honest with you, I have ARs. I played with them. I don't know a lot about them. Walk me through an AR. Walk me through one of your guns right here and tell me why it's such a great hunting rifle again.
Well, it's a great hunting rifle because this rifle's been engineered, and there's enough intellectual property in this rifle that it separates itself from what you would see on a store shelf. All of our rifles come equipped with quick detach pins. So when you open our gun, You know, there's some things that AR guys will notice, but the normal layman in the AR world would not. We have a fully adjustable single stage trigger. Okay, this trigger's capable of, we sell these at about 3.5, 4 pounds. Okay, but these things break like glass. This trigger is, I'll take the Pepsi challenge on this trigger. Beautiful adjustable trigger. If you want to go lower and you're a tinkerer, good on you. You can do it with this gun, and you can do it right here with one screw.
Where is it?
Right there, one screw right there.
Easily adjustable. Then.
Yep. Okay.
And it's not a rebranded somebody else's
It's a Brent.
trigger.
It's our
That's
trigger.
a Brenton trigger.
And you can buy those triggers on our website. If you're an AR guy and you like to build, go buy as many as you want. We'll sell them to you all day. Also in this gun, one of the things you notice about our guns instantly is everyone says, man, your guns are tight. Well, they are tight. Well, why are they tight? Because the upper and lower is married with a tensioner. You see this detent, this spring loaded
I don't know if we can see it or
pin,
not.
the
but
white
yeah.
pin
Okay,
in
yep,
there.
Yep.
That creates tension. It also locates itself on this locating boss, the actual connecting boss, so that upper and lower is micron toleranced. Okay, so when you sight a scope into an upper, you take it off that lower and put it in your safe or in your case. You can take another one off the shelf that you sighted and put it on, and you can trust that thing's going to be right where you left it. Okay, you don't have to re-sight in upper to upper, scope to scope. You can transition from hunting deer to transition to hunting elk to transition to hunting prairie dogs. All just
So-
by 2 pins.
Because these guns are so tight, the tolerances are so precise. Do we break them in as we would any rifle? Anything special?
Yeah. So we encourage everyone to get 100 rounds through their gun. The other thing that we also encourage is when you first start shooting your rifle, you know, these guns, you know, you'll see somebody do this right out of the gate. You'll see a Rambo slap, you know, and
that drives you crazy, doesn't it? Yeah, I know it does.
So don't do that. Rule number 1, don't do that. These guns are made to bring the round to battery. There's a button. Use that to bring your round to battery. That's how you operate an AR. It's a safe way of doing it. You also make sure that your action stays home. So as tight as these are, you get 100 rounds through it, no problem. That's the same with any bolt gun. That's the same with any weapon you're going to take out west. You got to break that barrel in. We already put 6 of them through every one of these before you take them home. We functional test them. But these are tighter. And the result of that tightness is sub-minute of angle accuracy. So, I mean, the break-in, the doing it right, making sure that you operate the action appropriately, you get the benefit out of a gun like this. The other thing you have is that real feel, right? So a lot of people pick up, you know, hydrographic dip guns or coated guns, and they don't know what they have in their hands. There's technology here. There's micro marbles, some composite based materials. We really don't like to share what it is exactly.
I don't blame you.
But you know, this has a feel to it that when you got a set of gloves on or you're trying to grip your gun, you would appreciate. The other thing is this feels like you're holding granddad's bolt action. I mean, we've built the profile of this gun so that when you shoulder this gun, you're in a position that you're holding something steady. You've got a good grip on it. You've got a sub-minute of angle gun. And it's a gun that gives you a lot of flexibility. That plug and play of the upper system, because of how tight these are, offers you a lot more than, you know, like you would say in a normal combat rifle.
What about optics? Do you guys offer scopes, glass on the guns, or do you get that separately on your own?
We do. We have a rifle builder on our website. So for the guy or gal who wants to go on the website,
BrentonUSA.com, BrentonUSA.com.
Thank you, Mike. You can go pick your optic out. We have several partnerships with optics vendors. You can pick your color, you can pick your length, you can pick your stock, and you can customize a rifle for yourself, and we'll build it. You're not pigeonholed into something that, you know, we just would offer as a stock weapon. So anything you want that's in our rifle builder, we can do it.
Do you make a left-handed model? That's a question from Mike.
So
These function left-handed.
yeah, these are
So left-handed per se, left-hand eject, no. But these guns are all lefty friendly. You shoot these things left-handed all day long.
Beautiful. Jeff says, what caliber, Mike, would you recommend for deer hunting in Michigan?
So I would have told you 450 Bushmaster a year ago, but I've been converted to the 350 Legend.
Really?
Yeah. The 350 Legends gives you all the terminal velocity and energy, and it doesn't pound your shoulder. So, and I think anyone who's followed what's going on with ammo, 350 stayed pretty reasonable and available. 450 got tough for a little while. So I like the 350 for Michigan.
Excellent. All right, I'm going to take a little walk around here. Again, I'm behind the camera right now, obviously. We're at the Brenton USA factory, Brenton USA Hunting Rifles in Lansing, Michigan. Take a little walk around here and show you what the what things are all about here. This is a Michigan-based, can we call it family-owned company, right? Family-owned company.
Absolutely.
You know I love that. All right, I'm going to turn this back around for a second. Settings, camera. And I apologize that it takes me a minute to do that these days, folks. I'm not in my studio. Okay. Anyway, my name is Mike Avery, right? Bear 350 Legend. Brian, I'm going to hunt my Michigan bear with a 350 Legend. I've killed a lot of bears, and I've killed every one of them with a bow. And I got thinking, if I'm going to take my first Michigan bear, wouldn't it be appropriate to take my first Michigan bear with a Michigan-made rifle? So a while ago, I got in touch with these guys, and I said, you know, I want to learn more about this. I want to learn more about this AR platform, and I want. Dave Thomas of Bow Hunter Planet on here right now. Dave, have a good evening with you. Base cost of the 350 without optics, guys. There's no change in the price from like a 204 to a 450, or is there a little bit of a price? Same price. Same price. If you go to the website, BrentonUSA.com, BrentonUSA.com, you'll see a couple of options. I think 4 options. 18-inch barrel versus a longer barrel, and an adjustable stock versus a fixed stock. Those are the 4 options, right, guys? Okay. So what I did was I went with the shorter adjustable stock in a 350 Legend because I thought that would give me a lot of versatility, and I think I'm going to like that a lot. I'm driving myself crazy here, guys. Can we, as I turn this camera around here again, I want to see something, if you don't mind. I want to see a certain 350 Legend that may or may not have my name on it. So
there's a rumor around.
I really can't wait a lot longer. Okay.
You want to hand that off?
No. You just show me it, please. Okay. Just show it to me. I feel like
if there was one here with your name,
if there was one with my name on it, you know, on YouTube they have these unboxings, so we're doing an official unboxing here now.
You sure?
Don't make me wait. And the angels sang, and God came down from heaven, and he reached in here and he said, "Avery, this is your gun."
On the 7th day, he created
Show me, guys.
This is how anybody who purchased a Brenton USA rifle, and we send it to your FFL or you pick it up from the dealer. This is how our guns come. So with this case, so you get a very nice embroidered,
beautiful
case.
Brian says Mike's like a kid at Christmas. I am. I admit it.
So, poly bag. So we're big on making sure we take that extra step. We poly bag wrap our guns. Won't peel that back.
That is a thing of beauty.
So this is in our midnight, or as people call it, our gray color. Fully adjustable, Mike.
The reason I did that, Mike, was in case one of my grandkids wanted to hunt with it.
I knew exactly what you did.
Yep.
It's a great idea because look at the adjustability in that. So that's the shortest position, trigger pull wise. So you have a lot of range for a youth, a wife, a mom, a grandma, and it takes you all the way up to man size.
Is that gonna fit me? I mean, we'll check it here when we get off the air.
We did.
Okay. Excellent.
Extra long.
Excellent.
Trigger pull.
You being a fellow big man, understand that.
I do. Yep, I learned that in my lodge. But I'll tell you, where you put your optic also impacts that. So this obviously we have to get you an optic on here, but again, everything comes threaded. So when you do decide to get that suppressor, she's ready for it.
I do plan on getting a suppressor, and I'm thinking this rig, a 350 Legend, with a can on the end of it. I mean, what a sweet setup.
It's like a golf clap.
Man.
Everyone's got to have one of these.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
So this is your baby, Mike.
Oh, and as I said, it is my intent to take my first Michigan Bear with a Michigan-made Brenton rifle, and I think that's kind of cool.
I do too. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Hey, listen, while I've got you, real quickly, tell me about your bear hunt that you just got back from here a few weeks ago. We talked about it on the radio show.
I did, yeah. But I was fortunate enough to go up in the Alaska Peninsula here. Spent 11 days in a tent, and was fortunate enough to close a deal on a really nice 10-foot brown bear. And it was a bucket list deal for me, and I highly recommend it. I mean, it was a long stalk, everything you'd dreamed of, all the endurance stuff that you would have to mentally challenge yourself in a tent, and the ups and downs, but it all came together on the 11th day, and it was an awesome hunt.
Jacob says, a couple of questions. Jacob said, what kind of grip is that? I'm not sure what he means. It's a pistol grip.
Hogue grip.
Hogue grip.
Yep, and it's a rubberized grip, so it's rubberized. It's not cold when you hold it.
Somebody asked about the magazines. That's an interesting question too, right? Because these are all custom, custom to the caliber.
Yeah, right there, Bart. Yep. So they're all yes and no. So we have. Go ahead, Bart. Why don't you explain the families?
So from the beginning of time, this has been a 20-round 223 5.56 body. All right. Well, along come the 450. That's a whole nother story, I suppose. But for you, since you're going to hunt in Michigan with it, big game, we're limited to 5 rounds in the magazine. This would hold more. I mean, the 350 is based on the 223. So in theory, this could hold as many as 20 rounds of this, which would put you in a predicament with the DNR.
Mm-hmm.
So what we've done, and this is patented, we've put a limit block in it.
Does it remind you of a plug in a shotgun?
It does. It does. Only way cooler.
Yep, there you go. There's the 223, and there's the 350. You notice they're exactly the same length, same barrel.
Difference is this is illegal in Southern Michigan, and this is legal in
100%.
Southern Michigan.
And this is a far superior big game cartridge.
I'm really excited to give it a try. I really
So
am.
when you're coyote hunting, you leave that out because you don't need that. You just slide your bottom plate back on, and now you are back to a full capacity.
Nice.
What's going on here?
You guys think of everything, Bart.
You're fighting me.
Mike, that's a question for you.
There we go.
What do they recommend?
I was just getting to that. Thank you. So what is the recommendation on optics? You guys have a sweet spot you like? Somebody you're working with?
It's really target animal or target use specific. So if we walk back over here, Mike.
While we're doing that, I'll throw out another question you guys can be thinking about. Tim Bins, a buddy of mine, says, will your mags fit any lower? Yes. Or are they custom to yours?
Nope. They
any
fit,
lower.
they
Okay.
fit any lower. We sell a lot of magazines because other magazines don't work. But these so the optics question is I'm getting ready to go on a helicopter hog hunt down in Texas.
Oh, you're killing me.
And so I had these guys put together a couple guns I'm going to take down. These are 300 hammer. Okay. So this is my night vision setup. So optics, you ask about optics. You can get all these on our website. So this is the new latest Pulsar Thermion. So this will be what I use for my nighttime rig.
Hold it up a little higher, Mike, so I can see it and you. There
That's
we go.
my nighttime rig. Okay?
Nice.
Available on our website, BrentonUSA.com.
You're a step ahead of me.
And on this one, so I'm going to be out of a helicopter. And so I put something that allows me to get on target with a red dot. So this is a Trigicon. It's not a scope, but this allows me to quickly acquire the target in a moving aerial vehicle and put multiple rounds on game. So, and if you look at our website, you'll see we have partnerships with Leupold. So, we have the 1.5 to 4 power all the way up to their high-end VX3, VX4s. And we do pass along quite a savings to our customers who do buy from our website, because we do get those a little cheaper than you would at a retail shop.
Excellent. Joe Llewellyn just came on here. Joe, I want to show you something. Look at this. You notice anything special about this gun right here, Joe? Anything special at all? Other than the fact it's beautiful? It's mine. I'm taking it home with me. Lori Card says, another great Michigan company. It is, Mike, and Bart, I think you know this too. I have a sweet spot in my heart for Michigan companies, family-owned companies, because us little guys, we're all in this together. And I think it's nice when Michigan companies partner up and Michigan companies can do great things here in our great state.
Yeah, it's one of the things that drew us to you too, Mike, is, we're Michiganders. We're here in this, it's a dogfight. We're right in the heart of Lansing, and these aren't the most, these guns don't come without a little argument from time to time. And, the lane that we're trying to play in, being hunting rifles, it doesn't make it any easier. It's a white space that, we're carving out. And so, we appreciate that. We are also, very for, we're creating Michigan jobs. We're creating, a venue for people to have very good experiences with Michigan-made products. There's machine houses. There's a lot of vendors that go into making these things work. And, it brings a sweetness to the whole thing for us.
Bart, final question for you. How long does it take once you order one? What's your turnaround time?
We try to keep our turnaround no more than 1 week.
1 week?
Regardless of the number. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
All right.
When we get the big orders, 1 week. Small orders, 1 week.
And I'll give you one last chance before we wrap this up. What more would you like people to know about Brenton USA hunting rifles?
I'm glad you asked. So one question, why 18 inch, why 22? Velocity wise from cartridge to cartridge, it typically doesn't matter. Some you might see close to 100 feet a second. Some there's zero difference. So the 18 inch gun is for the guy or gal who may put a suppressor on it someday, because you're going to add
Mm-hmm.
more.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
And if you're just a flat out rifleman, then you buy the 22 inch. That's it. There's no accuracy difference. Velocity is virtually the same. They're balanced the same. They point the same. If you're in and out, the southern states, you're in and out of 4x4s and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
They buy a lot of the shorter guns. The longer guns, we hunt different up here. So the longer guns, no big deal.
Mike King, last thing. One final closing thoughts on what you want people to know about Brenton USA hunting rifles.
There's a lot that has gone into this. There's a lot that we're doing to try to do this the right way. We're trying to bring these to our consumers as cheap as we can, because we're all blue collar hunters here, and a blue collar Michigan-based company trying to bring a product that we think is superior to other offerings at a reasonable price. That's what we're trying to do. And if we can continue to do what we've done over the last few years, I'm really excited about what the future of this business has.
Excellent. On that note, I'm going to turn my camera around and kind of wrap this up here. Camera, turn it around so you can see my ugly mug again. Somebody said some states have a 3-round limit. Do you have a plug for that? I would just say put 3 rounds in the mag, or do you have a plug?
Ohio has a 3-round.
Do you have a plug for it?
You're on your own.
You're on your own.
No, you are. The DNR, you are on your own.
Just load it with the appropriate amount. Okay. Craig Plowman, being a smart guy, says 1 week unless your name is Avery. Craig, I had to wait more than a week for my gun, so don't give me that kind of stuff. John Callison says, Chris Kreiner, you should check these guys out. Absolutely. Okay. So to wrap this up, we are at the Brenton USA plant. Brenton USA AR style hunting rifles. Can I talk about this for a second? AR style guns lately are getting some negative exposure. Think about this. A gun is nothing more than a tool. A gun is like a hammer. It's a tool. If you leave a hammer or a gun laying on that table there right now, it's not going to jump up. It's not going to jump into somebody's hands. It's not going to do good. It's not going to do evil. A gun is just a tool. I don't care if it's a single shot 22 or a Brenton USA 350 Legend, right? A gun is just a tool. There is evil in this world. You can't blame the gun. You can't blame the tool. I am very, very glad to be the new owner of a Brenton USA 350 Legend. I will be bear hunting with this gun in Michigan this fall. Before then, Paul Phillips, a guy I want you guys to meet, one of the best extreme long-range shooters in the world, says he will take me to the range. He will personally help me break my rifle in. He will personally help me sight this gun in. And how exciting is that? We will document that as well. All right, so I think that's going to wrap it up. Again, the website, BrentonUSA.com. That's BrentonUSA.com. If you want to save $100 on one of these guns, go to the website, BrentonUSA.com. Use the promo code Avery, and you can save $100. Again, check these babies out. They're beautiful. They're made here in Michigan. BrentonUSA.com. All right, I am actually going to go fishing tomorrow morning. Wish me luck. I do not think it's absolutely you do. I don't think it's going to be raining. Doesn't matter to me. I'm going to be out there anyway. BrentonUSA.com, BrentonUSA.com. Thank you once again, my friends, for joining me on this edition of Wednesday Night Live. By the way, programming note, no Wednesday Night Live next week. I'm taking my beautiful wife to a concert as her birthday present. So we'll take care of that. BrentonUSA.com. My name is Mike Avery. The website, Mike Avery Outdoors. My email address, Mike at Mike Avery Outdoors. Talk to you next week.